Hello, my name is Lynetta Lockhart, and I will be talking about the Mennonite faith this afternoon. When you think of history and the side of it that includes the research, it is important and a must that historians be objective and honest in their investigations as they delve into the idea of history and finding the facts and doing the research. And as I progress in this curriculum, I have a better understanding of what that entails more than ever. So with that said, I want to talk about the Mennonites. And first, the Mennonites and the Amish have often been compared. And they both come from a Protestant tradition known as Anabaptists. And this is the idea of someone being baptized again, which began in the 16th century. The first Anabaptists separated from the state church because the Anabaptists believed that a relationship with Jesus Christ was an adult choice. And baptism was an adult decision, and to follow Christ in every aspect of your life. So this is in comparison with infant baptism, which was what was the practice at that time, and in some religion is at least one that I know of still is. So the Amish and the Mennonites had this common historical roots, and the groups agreed on the basic Christian doctrine. However, how to interpret these doctrines and these practices is where they had differences. So the original difference in opinion came in 1693 with Jacob Ammon, a Swiss Anabaptist leader, who felt that the church leaders were not holding to a strict separation from the world and felt a spiritual renewal was needed. So he separated from the Swiss brethren and over this, and his followers were soon nicknamed Amish. And some of their practices were, like today, untrimmed beards, hook and eyes instead of buttons, horse and buggy as transportation, utilizing horse-drawn implements for farming, as well as distinctive dress patterns, and no electricity in their homes. And Amish today still practice those same traditions. The Mennonites, however, who honestly, before I started the research, I thought were mirrored with the Amish tradition. However, the more contemporary Mennonites have evolved from that belief. And so now they might look like any person you see on the street. They don't have that distinctive difference. And they can be found around the world, Africa, different places beyond the United States. They still believe in a simple living and express simplicity in a spirit of stewardship and awareness of the needs of other people. So they are ingrained in society, whereas the Amish still choose to separate from modern society. The Mennonites believe in discipleship, discipline, and dedication, as well as peace and patience. Two sides of discipleship, discipline and dedication, seeking to live as Jesus called us to live, and making history in the direction that God wants to be. Modern-day Mennonites believe following Jesus is their central value. They believe it is possible to follow Jesus as Lord above nationalism, racism, and materialism. They also believe to follow Jesus as a peacemaker and practice the way Jesus is, reconciling love in human conflicts and warfare without having to strike in fear or defend themselves. In order to defend themselves, rather. They also believe to live life simply and in service of others as a witness to God's love to this world. Interestingly, they also, have Christian formation, Christian community, holistic Christian witness, stewardship, and church-to-church relationships. Also, in addition to that, early meeting houses for the Mennonites. I wanted to be sure to talk about the architecture. Very simple and plain, much like modern-day primitive Baptists, who also are very simple, and their church housing, meeting houses are very simple and plain as well. The Mennonites certainly have evolved past that distinction with the Amish and still profess a faith in Jesus Christ.